Hello and good morning. Now, there is an excellent morning to be had. And of course, here at Wake Up Nigeria, we come bearing all those goodies that you need to just spice up your morning. It's 6 a.m. and there's nothing better than when you're just right there waiting to receive us. My name is Titilayo Onyison, and we're streaming live on tvcentertainment.tv and of course at TVC Connect on Facebook. You can watch us live. Those comments, honestly, I think that's one of the most interesting parts of our day. Just going through the comments, contributions we get on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Now, you can also download our mobile app, and we would appreciate it if you did it like right now. Just go to Android or iOS stores, get the app on your mobile devices, tablets, cell phones. Watch us from anywhere in the world. Today's show is packed, apparently. Whew. And of course, we're going to be doing what we can to make sure we pack everything in there just for you. We're going to be doing a lot of birthday shout outs very, very soon. We know you've been looking forward to that one. We'll bring you our first musical act for the day. That will be coming from a singer and all-round entertainer, Lamblike. Now, we'll have in the building Shalewa Ovude, who will be joining us on the home makeover segment. Now, this segment started recently and it's been making some serious waves. Now, we have some really interesting bedroom decor ideas that we want to share with you. Now, she is the founder of Veronica Aesthetica. And as always, on nutrition, we have Tolani Fashion. Now, she's going to be discussing with us in-depthly the right way to diet. So a lot of people have been doing it the wrong way, or probably thought they were doing it the right way, but weren't quite there yet. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to the bottom of that. We will also be joined today by marriage counselor Oyindamola Shoderu. Now, today we're going to be trying our best to understand how to differentiate between a stingy partner and a prudent one. And then, of course, you know we love our music. Another musical performance will be coming your way. And Obanla, a.k.a. Nasty B, is going to be in the building. And our final guest for today is the futuristic Afro-pop artist, CK.
If you're looking for me, you can find me where the money day. Yes. Yeah. Steady on my grind, never go on a holiday. Hey. Whoa.
Okay. Wow, we made it.
Yes,
Finally, we
did.
made it. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. So, well, we've had an eventful week so far on Wake Up Nigeria. I wasn't here yesterday. How did it go yesterday?
It went pretty well. Pretty well, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are the guys?
They were being themselves.
Uh-huh.
You know the way they are.
I know there's always a catch there somewhere. But, you know, quite a lot's happening. A big shout out to the team, the PR team and admin team at TVC. We've been preparing to receive quite a few guests here at TVC Communications. It's going to be an interesting event.
Yeah.
I know that there's the Bond conference.
Yeah.
And it's being held right here at
in
TVC.
the premises.
Yeah. It's really an honor to be able to host the who is who of the media industry right around Nigeria. It's going to be really, really interesting. And, well, there's been quite a lot in the news, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything recently about the flooding issues? Do you think they're getting better or worse, Mary?
One thing I know for sure is the traffic situation seems to be improving. As at last week, the week before that, the traffic was horrible. You would spend like 4 hours to your destination. But I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but at least now From 4 hours, it has reduced to 3 hours. So hopefully to get to 2 hours. And then, of course, Lagos is such a small place. You shouldn't spend more than 30, 45 minutes to your destination. So hopefully it gets to that stage as well.
You know, there was this issue of me, you know, so I came in from Ibadan 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And from Ibadan to Lagos was about an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then when I got to the entrance of Lagos, bruh.
You said so. You said so. As soon as you got to Beja, the traffic... Oh, by the way, don't say Beja on the bus, so
Is it?
you'll pass your bus stop. But that's
Bega.
the correct pronunciation, just so you know.
It is, of course, but...
Say Bega. Bega bus stop, oh, please. Yeah, but coming from Beja, the traffic is usually really bad. Even heading towards there, in some cases, is really terrible. You step outside to... CMD Road, before you even get to the expressway, you see loads of cars stranded in a gridlock. And that's usually the case.
Wow. We have so much to do on Wake Up Nigeria today, but we're going to take that after Mary takes the news.
All right. So I'll take the news, of course. My name is Mary Bashwa Alimi. 4 Nigerians have reportedly sustained injuries in fresh xenophobic attacks in South Africa. The attacks reportedly took place at Witbank area of Mpumalanga province on Tuesday. No death has been recorded so far, but there has been loss of property and people have been injured. At the last count, there were 4 of them injured, and they were Nigerians. A Nigerian who expressed concern over the incident disclosed that a Nigerian whose shop was burnt sought refuge at a police station. At least 490 Nigerians fled South Africa in September as a result of xenophobic attacks. Another day, another house of terror uncovered in Zaria, Kaduna State. 11 people were rescued from the house where they had been chained for months and some of them for years. Security operatives raided the center, known as Malam Aliyu May Adaka Salatul Fatih, and were told about another similar center, but the owners fled before they could get there. The deputy governor of Kaduna State later visited the inmates. This is coming less than 1 month after 147 tortured inmates were set free at a center, and at least 300 others were uncovered in another raid on yet another center, all in Kaduna State.
And that very morning, just said I should dress up, that we should go to the place of work. He promised me that the charge will come. So on getting there, I just took me to the one area, one compound there, because I didn't know the area. He just took me there, just took me to the house. I was like, an unknown house there. I just saw the people there shackled, with shackles on legs, and I was like, before I could say anything, I was lured inside, I was hijacked, I was attacked.
We're not stopping just like this. We will continually get all the people that are involved, free all the inmates, but before we unite them back to their families, we'll try as much as possible to offer them treatment, psychological support, behavioral management.
2 of them were under chain when we came, and we have unlocked them for now. They are really in very bad situation. But the worst situation is that they are operating this rehabilitation center without approval. No information from anybody, they are just on their own.
37 traffic offenders in Lagos State have been sentenced to 100 days community service and fines ranging from 15,000 to 20,000 naira. The Lagos Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice led the arraignment and prosecution at the Special Offences Mobile Court in Oshodi. The offenders were charged for driving against traffic, illegal driving on the BRT corridor, and illegally plying the highway with motorcycles. The accused, who were given legal representation by the Office of the Public Defender, pleaded guilty to the offences and asked for a lenient sentence. In addition to the compulsory community service and fines, the magistrate also ordered that the impounded vehicles and motorcycles be forfeited to the state government. Nigeria Customs has revealed that smugglers are still deploying means of bringing goods illegally despite the land border closure. Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the service showcase vehicles and other contraband it's intercepted within the zone. TVC News correspondent Ifunanya Eze reports.
Having impounded many vehicles for duty payment infractions, including this bulletproof vehicle that has no end-user certificate, The controller of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A explains that Customs has now created a platform for defaulting car shop owners and individuals to validate their vehicle duty payment.
80% of the vehicle in the road, they don't have duty. So this is a good opportunity for them to come and pay duty so that they can ride their vehicle freely. Now the federal government has given you an opportunity to come forward willingly and pay your duty. But here we have an issue. The issue is that you have to come with that car. It will be more advantageous for you to bring the car down here. We're not going to arrest you. This is why he comes.
Showcasing further seizures, the command exposed another antics of rice smugglers.
This is an indication of how desperate smugglers have become. Following this land border closure, smugglers are now deploying motorcycles to ferry smuggled rice. The tank of this motorcycle is not carrying fuel, but rice.
By the time we bring the one that are in the bush, you'll be surprised to see how many we have arrested. By the time you empty this one, you may have at least half bag of rice. When you have 2 vehicles, you have 1 bag of rice. When you have 50 vehicles, then which means you have at least 25 bags of rice. So see how they conceal.
He also revealed how more than 5,000 kegs of 25-liter groundnut oil were intercepted in Lagos.
I can tell you that we have 5,107 arrested. You know, we have a border drill. All the border is, I can say, closed. But we cannot just fold our hand and start looking people doing whatever they like. So we concentrate more internally. So with intelligent reports.
Reiterating Customs' determination in fighting smuggling, importers of bulletproof vehicles have been warned to always secure end-user certificates to avoid forfeiture. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's it on the news update for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Weather update is next, and of course, right after that, the sports news. Stay with us. Titi will have the first paper for you this morning.
And I love it when I start with the Guardian newspaper. And it says here, NLC vows to enforce new minimum wage payment. Ebonyi to review workers' pay as allocation drops. Minister wants more allocation to Labour Ministry. It also says here, outrage over alleged plot to arrest undercover journalist. Prison service condemns report as tissue of lies. Identify security operatives trailing you, police tell Shoyombo. NUJ, Editors Guild, others caution government, urge probity. And that's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right. So the Punch newspaper is what I have here. And it says, Labour, fresh World Bank loan. Labour attacks federal government over $100 billion withheld by IOCs. It is incredible to imagine that we have this much stolen from us and we're going cap in hand to the World Bank for loans. How can we be washing our hands with saliva by the riverbank? Moving on, telecom firms fault bank CEOs over USSD charges. NFIU seeks reduction in 1 trillion naira CBN annual budget. By now, forfeits 23 houses to federal government ahead of arraignment. ICPC declares sacked presidential panel chair Obono Obla wanted. ASU's opposition to IPPIS endorsement of corruption. That's coming from the federal government. Down here, associated with the photo story here, Lagos traffic offenders sent to 100-day community service. 7.5 billion naira fraud. Court decides Ojikalu's fate on December 2. Corrupt Nigerians opposing NDDC probe, says Akpabio. Exam malpractice, UI hands over more workers to DSS. And here, hoodlums who burnt Ibadan school will be jailed. Oil government on that one. 6 killed in Lagos communities floods. That's very sad. And finally, 3 Nigerians injured in fresh South African xenophobic attacks. All of these stories and more you find in the Punch newspaper today.
Yes, indeed. Now, we also have This Day newspaper this morning. It says, why Kogi panel cleared former deputy governor of gross misconduct. It says here, State Assembly failed to call relevant witnesses, present documents. Could not substantiate 4 charges, abandoned 2 pleadings, and breaches Constitution despite these findings. It says here, 5 injured as South Africans resume attack on Nigerians. Now, that story starts on the cover here and continues on page 8 of This Day. INEC to correct general election mistakes with Bayelsa Kogi polls, right at the bottom there. But moving to the top of the page here, it says foreign investments in equities market soar to 1.2 trillion naira. Domestic interest fall to 1.18 trillion naira. No going back on IPPIS, federal government tells ASU. That's what we have on the cover of This Day.
All right, I will move on quickly to the Daily Sun newspaper, which says South Africans renew attack on Nigerians, injure 4, business premises burnt. Up here, federal government declares emergency on Enugu Airport. Down here, we see 7 feared dead in Cross River cult clash. Scores injured as SARS residents clash in Jalingo. Onisha Infeno, 2,000 traders affected. That's coming from NEMA. Court orders temporary forfeiture of Maina's 23 houses to federal government. ICPC declares Obono Abla wanted as EFCC arrest Monfa. This news might interest quite a number of people. Port Harcourt serial women killer pleads guilty. All of these stories and more in the Daily Sun newspaper today.
We have the Vanguard newspaper up next. State of Lagos roads, terrible, says Jakonde. Says Lagos State government must do something about it. Hold NPA, LASG, others responsible for Apapa gridlock, according to Nupeng. Traffic robbers, miscreants take over as task team fails. Now, we also have this one, anti-open grazing bill not to witch hunt Fulani herdsmen, says Oyo Assembly. On Naira Watch, Naira appreciates to 358 Naira to the dollar in the parallel market. And Nigeria won't meet UN's SDG 2030 target on health unless, according to Soludo there. I'll wrap it up with this one. On the pension fraud, court orders temporary seizure of minors' 23 assets in 5 states. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
And I believe that's about it for the newspaper headlines this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Yeah. We have more for you, especially the Lagos traffic updates. However, that will be after this break. Stay with us. It's a beautiful morning to be on the roads, trust me. The traffic situation is not so bad today, and I'm about to share it with you. However, I need you to please note that you can always be a part of this segment by sending a message on Facebook, on Instagram, or even on Twitter to let us know what your traffic situation is, and perhaps take a traffic selfie. Always remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. But please, that selfie, make sure you're not behind the wheels. All right, so let's start this morning from Oronshoki, heading towards Obalende Bridge. As it is, I have good news. Can I hear drum rolls? Because it's going to take you less than 50 minutes to get to Obalende Bridge from Oronshoki. And I'm not even kidding. In fact, what I see here is exactly 43 minutes, but I'm trying to make up, just in case anything happens. So let's just stick to 15 minutes. As it is, coming out from Oro access, just pockets of traffic here and there, nothing to worry about. As soon as you get on the bridge, you'd experience light traffic, but only for a short while. Barely 3 minutes into the bridge, it's free flowing. Enough for you to go into hallelujah choruses, I tell you. Somewhere in the middle of the bridge, just after Akoka, though, light traffic begins to build up. There's a gridlock there. I hope there's no problem there because it's a brief one, but is worrisome. I really hope there's no issue there. But apart from that, as soon as you pass that gridlock, it's light traffic and it continues that way till you get to the Unilag access, after which is free flowing. Now imagine you're on the third mainland bridge at the Unilag access and you get to drive till the end of the bridge. And it's not a public holiday. But that's the situation this morning. However, just as you are approaching that intersection, Clinic Road, coming from Yaba, the traffic begins to build up. And as soon as you get to that intersection is a gridlock, bumper to fender, till you get off the bridge. Mostly off the bridge, in fact, till you get to Osborne. It's pockets of gridlock, pockets of light traffic. But from Osborne, it's free flowing until you are approaching the Obalende Bridge. That is the access. The traffic begins to build up, and it's even light. Well, mostly light, just bits of gridlock here and there. So you'll be fine. 15 minutes, that's if you've left home already. I cannot promise you to be the same thing in an hour or 30 minutes from now. So 50 minutes if you're on the road from Oronshoki this morning until you get to Obalende Bridge, all right? Now let's take a look at another route. Wow, what's happening? Are people staying indoor today? It's going to take you just about 45 minutes to get to Oshodi from Ile-Epo. So I'm going to take it further to Mushin bus stop to see whether it's going to be a bit better there. Wow, it's going to take you just about 55 minutes from Ile-Epo bus stop to Mushin bus stop, which is awesome, really awesome. As it is coming out from Ile-Epo bus stop, there's light traffic. And then pockets of traffic. Pleasure bus stop, there's light traffic there. But it's really nothing worrisome. It's just light traffic, okay? It's mostly a freeway until you get to Yanokwaja. As you're approaching Yanokwaja, however, there's light traffic. As soon as you get to the bridge, that's the Yanokwaja bridge, the gridlock just hits you. And that gridlock is very brief, though, so nothing to worry about. As soon as you're past the bridge, including that intersection for those coming from Ikpaja, from that moment is light traffic, and that light traffic continues until you get past First Bank at Yanokwaja. Just after that is where the traffic begins to flow. Yeah. So it's a beautiful free flow of traffic until you're getting to Dokwemu. As a matter of fact, through Iyano is still free flowing. So you have nothing to worry about this morning, though. Approaching Dokwemu, though, there's light traffic. However, as soon as you're closer to the bridge, you know that intersection for those going towards Egbeda, yeah, that's where the gridlock starts. And the gridlock continues for only a short while, just until you're past that intersection. Those from Egbeda will use to connect to the expressway, okay? So that's just where the gridlock is. And then from that intersection, my people, it is free-flowing. I'm telling you, this is good to see. Until you get to Cement bus stop, it is free-flowing traffic. As a matter of fact, just after the St. Thomas Catholic Church access is where you would experience light traffic for about 2 minutes, and then there's a gridlock through Egba Street down to the Onilekere police station. There's a gridlock there, so it's bumper to fender. But as soon as you get to that police station, it's free-flowing again. Really good stuff, I tell you, this morning. And that free-flowing traffic continues for quite a while until you are approaching the Okay, until you're approaching the Mangoro axis, that's where you experience light traffic, which eventually turns to a gridlock. Bumper to fender traffic, which stops just before you get to the Ajakaye Street off the expressway, after which is free-flowing till you get to Ile-Zik. Hey, there's a lot of free-flowing traffic this morning in that axis. And then light traffic for a while before it hits you just after Nigerite, and is bumper to fender. The gridlock continues until you're past Ikeja, along past National, and of course, just as you get to the intersection that leads to the airport, that's where the traffic becomes free-flowing. And besides pockets of traffic, you'll be all right till you get to Oshodi. Arena, as usual, is where the traffic begins to build up, and then, of course, the gridlock. But apart from that, it's free-flowing to Mushi. You'll be all right this morning. I love the traffic situation this morning. Makes me want to just go out for a drive. Anyway, I have to join the guys in the kitchen. But first, remember, you need to drive carefully, have consideration for other road users, and always stay at alert. All right? All right, guys, I'm coming.
All right, so there's something called a golf clap.
A golf clap.
So, no, it's not like that.
Like a... Like, I can't, it's not working. I can't, it's not...
So when somebody pots a ball...
or hole in one.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're
on the green,
you don't just start screaming, whoa! Except it's Tiger Woods. So, but you have to.
When it's Tiger Woods, you do it.
Exactly, but if it's just a normal...
Is that not the golf club?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But why are you doing it?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, yeah. You guys.
Lasma Mary. We love it. We love it. What? You can't do anything to me. I'm on
Seriously?
Yeah. Don't worry.
The camera just go for 2 minutes.
We're going into the month that's against domestic violence. So,
wow.
Well, it happens to be my birthday.
So let's keep our hands to
and it happens to be the month I'll be on leave. So too many things happening.
Let's keep our hands to ourselves, shall we?
What?
You're not going anywhere.
What?
You can't go on
I
leave.
love sleeping on my birthday. I don't love parties. I don't love...
What day exactly is it? Is your birthday?
14th.
14th of November.
Yeah.
So something strange is trending.
Yomi?
So what is that strange thing trending?
Did you go to Unilag?
No.
Oh, okay.
I went
so
to last
we both.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm very interested in this shared communion that is about to be.
We've just been giggling at what's trending because Unilag was trending, and we were wondering, okay, is it this whole, sex for marks thing that's come back again or whatever? And we just happened to click, and we just saw hashtag mermaid in Unilag. Like what? Like
wow,
what?
I'd love to see that.
So people were taking photographs and filming something going on in Unilag.
Wow, that is so cool.
So so Unilag is trending, mermaid is trending. They said they found a mermaid in Unilag.
Wow.
Wow.
What's wow?
Okay, just stop.
A mermaid.
Stop.
Anyway.
Like a mermaid in cartoons and fairy tales.
Just stop, Mary. Just let him laugh.
Anyway, so it turns out that two girls were having an argument.
Okay.
And one of the girls says, tells the other that I'm a mermaid. And, so of course, you know how it is now. When girls fight, it just...
Yeah.
You know the song is, if you see mommy water, will never run.
Anyway, so what then happened was that somebody poured water on the
And she
the
turned to a
girl.
mermaid.
Well, her hair that was very long turned green.
Okay.
So everybody on the
Just
floor
moved.
just ran away.
Why did they run?
We thought she was turning into a mermaid.
Yeah,
So
she would have. They should have helped her to water.
So they called the police and everybody showed
Imagine
up.
they
and
call police.
And they were trying to record.
I don't know why. Well,
I'm
is that
looking
what
for
you do
pictures,
when
shall
you
we?
see
I
something
want
like
to
that?
see
You
a
call
mermaid.
police? Really? Is that
Anyway,
the protocol?
so that's what's trending. So of course everybody besieged Fagunwa Hall where the thing was taking place to see the mermaid thing.
But the pictures, did they show the mermaid?
Well, they showed to show she has really long braids.
Very long braids.
Down to her ankles.
Wow.
So I think she was using that to scare them. And then she was threatening the roommates that she was going to wipe their memory. Just really terrible things that she was doing.
Why? I thought...
No, she was just scaring them. So that's why they took
She
her.
probably should have.
But now she's been arrested for scaring people.
Scaring people.
It's like for crime.
And threatening, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It's just weird.
She didn't turn to a fish.
Nobody has seen any
she
fish.
didn't turn into any
scales.
fish.
Yeah, but someone said You guys, I took screenshots of the exact video scene where her legs were scaly and looked like a fish fin. This isn't a joke.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crap.
But that picture is refusing to.
It's not real.
So I'm having a problem with that stuff. I'm seeing
this
other
thing.
pictures, but the picture is not loading.
I don't know
Has she
this
done
thing.
something
I don't
to
know
it?
why people think that if someone is a mermaid, if you pour water on the person. Like,
Really?
this is from the movie Flash.
No, Splash.
Splash in 1986.
Look
It's
out,
from a
guys.
movie.
See, pictures are loading, but
Pictures
the pictures of the
who?
mermaid are not showing.
Pictures of who?
I see
People
it
are
on
just
social
using it to
media.
trend.
Anyway, so Unilag is trending. Mermaid is trending. And
Fagua is
Fagua Hall as well.
So people are like, okay, so you think if it was a real one, you think all the other mermaids wouldn't have come to come and rescue her
I
by
get
now?
the idea. It's not real.
Of
It's
course
just
it's
for a trend.
Were you actually thinking it was
Yeah,
real?
I was. I've always wanted to see. Okay,
No,
please, mermaids,
please.
don't visit me. But I've always wanted to see what a mermaid looks like.
Please.
Because all I've
I'm not
seen
interested.
is, Barbie tales.
Yeah.
And all
Cartoons
these
and all that.
cartoons. And I'm just wondering.
I
will
feel
she
like we
have
should change the
twins?
topic. It's getting
I don't
very...
understand what she's saying about fairy tales.
There's something
though.
very fishy about this whole conversation. I'm just saying.
I'm a mermaid, so I'm about
Oh, please, Mary, stop. Oh, my God. Just stop, please. Okay, you know the interesting thing?
Yeah.
The fact that almost anything can just trend.
Yeah,
People just start talking about things. Somebody put shoes and put the hashtag mermaid just so that they will see the shoe they're selling. I'm like, I don't understand how things can just trend. I know that this is probably just going to disappear after a few hours.
Of course,
Other
I
people,
mean,
yeah, gonna cover it up. But
eventually.
you wake up in the morning and then you're just seeing people talk, thousands of people talking about one thing. But it just goes to show that, you need to just calm down on
Calm down,
social
yeah. So when
media.
you see
Yeah.
something trending, sometimes it's probably a rumor. And then after all the rumors have relaxed a little bit, then you go to all the major news sources to see whether the news sources are reporting it. So that's how to spot fake news. Because sometimes something trends and it's not real or it's fake, and you then transfer it to somebody else, and then it moves away from Twitter into WhatsApp, and that's when things just go
becomes
completely
viral.
crazy.
And you know something funny? Have you ever experienced this thing of guys or girls saying, "Oh, I can't marry a fair person"?
Oh, wow.
They feel be mami water, especially a really fine
Mary?
person. I'm not kidding. So I've actually met people who would tell me that the reason they cannot have anything to do with a really fair complexion person is because they are positive the person is a mermaid or a merman. And I'm like,
Wow.
Well, it's crazy. I don't know why people think like that, but
I'm sure you've heard of it, Abby.
Oh yeah, I have. I mean,
It's actually not news. It's something people say, actually.
but one of the strangest things is the fact that this phenomenon of mermaids and mermans is actually a global phenomenon.
Yes, it is.
So
it's definitely real.
Yes, it's a thing that's been propagated a lot by fishermen across the world, in New Zealand, whether you're in New Zealand or the coast of Brazil, wherever, and even in Africa as well. Fishermen have always claimed to see
All sorts of things.
the African version.
If you see
or
mommy
the
water,
European
oh, never run away.
Yo, with that one, we have to take a break, y'all. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Oh. That's right, our very first performance for today on Wake Up Nigeria. And this very first time, is by Lamblike. Now, his name is Gideoni Charles, also known as Lamblike. He's a singer, a comedian, a songwriter, and an all-around entertainer. He started music professionally with the release of his studio single, Nah Here, and Patty Hoster. A year after his release, his latest release is Ogo, right? Ogo, okay. And he will be performing that now. So Ogo, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking it's Ogo because
Ogo
I could
Glory.
hear Gideoni, so I was thinking, okay, that's an Igbo name. Maybe it had to do with... All right, so Ogo.
Ogo, glory.
Glory.
It means glory, yeah.
Okay, you speak Yoruba fluently.
Yes, I'm from Ekiti State.
You're from Ekiti State.
Yeah.
So what does Gideoni mean?
Yeah, Jide is my father's name.
Okay.
Why Oni is his surname? So yeah.
Okay, the name is put together. So I thought it was like something like Jidena.
No.
Okay.
Jide Oni.
So it's actually proper Yoruba Jide, not Jidena kind of Jide.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So you've been doing music for 10 years professionally now.
Sure.
What has it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been cool because in industry you have to work very hard before you can make it. So it's been challenged, but I try as much as possible to work very hard in the industry. But I'm very sure when people hear my music, you're going to love it.
Now, you've done a lot of collaborations, and right now you're working on something with Tenny, right?
Sure.
So what's it like so far? What's it been like so far?
It's cool anyway, but as I've said, you have to have money in the industry before you can make it.
Before you can.
Yes, that's just it.
All right. So I wish you the very best in the
Thank you very
industry,
much.
okay?
Yeah.
So Lamblike will be performing Ogo right now. Take it away.
Very good morning to you once again. 1 hour has gone by already. Wow, is that so fast? And I hope you had a great night.
So far, so good today. This morning, we've been here since 6 a.m. And the morning has been borderline amazing. Would like to share that with you if you give us the chance. Just stay with us throughout the show.
The show, of course, is Wake Up Nigeria, your #1 show every weekday of the week. My name is Yomi Uwope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now, just remember, there's no other option but to just watch. Why? Because we're everywhere. We're streaming live right now on tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook Live at TVC Connect.
We also have an app available for download, both on the Android and iOS stores. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Yes, indeed. We need you to be right there because we have something amazing that's going to be happening in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And, Mary's going to be hanging out with the chef.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
We're waiting for Chef Yede.
Yes, so we're standing by.
She's going to make it through that traffic this morning and join us. Straight to this morning's highlights.
There's still so much to come. And part of it is to make sure we crack you up a little. We have...
On Home Makeover, the founder of Veronica Aesthetica, Shalewa Obude, will be joining us, giving us tips on bedroom decor.
And for nutrition, dietitian Tolani Fashion is going to be here discussing the right way to diet. So there's definitely a wrong way.
And also joining us shortly is marriage counselor Oyinda Malashoderu, who will be distinguishing between a stingy spouse and a prudent one. Is your spouse stingy?
Or is he prudent? Yeah, Mary, are you stingy? Oh God, that question is heavy. So our guest for today is a futuristic pop artist, none other than CK.
On my grind, never go on a holiday.
All right, guys.
I can't help but go back to that stingy spouse thing.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, some people would feel that maybe if they ask for several things and the spouse keeps saying, we don't have money, we don't have the money, or whatever, I don't know.
I think there's something between the prudent and the stingy.
There's a fine line.
There's something in between, and it's thrifty.
Oh, wow.
Because there's the stingy one, there's the one that is trying to, be really careful with money, and there's the thrifty one that not even when there's money, it's like, there's a particular rich man, one of the richest men in the world that still drives one of the cheapest cars in the world.
That might be a choice.
The cheapest, that's choice.
You know when you say things
that's
like
not
this,
stingy.
you know when you say things like this, I'm always very, it makes me laugh. No, not when Mary says it, but when people say it. You see, because if Warren Buffett was going to go to the airport, he's not going to drive himself. He's going to drive in a bulletproof limo or whatever. If he's going to stay in a hotel, he'll probably stay in a $10,000 a night hotel. These things are fully paid for by the company that he owns. But if he's then going to drive himself at home back in Nebraska, of course he's going to drive his old vintage car, which is probably worth $1 million now.
Yes.
But, you know, we just keep thinking...
At the time we bought it...
Yeah, we just keep thinking that, he's laid back, he's chill like Bill Gates and Frank Zuckerberg and all of that.
You mentioned his name, though.
Yeah.
You know, some people actually love the laid-back, easier life because those thrills and frills actually are a lot of work to maintain. And do you know how crazy it is getting styled every week for every single outfit you wear because you're of a certain status? It's not as fun as people think.
Yeah. It is better to be thrifty. I don't want to use stingy because stinginess is on another level. It is better to be thrifty and rich than to be spendthrift and to be wasteful
steadily broke,
and steadily broke. You are living the fake life, which is what happens in most cases.
Well, we have to take the news update now. This conversation is not one that can end now. Tell us what you think on social media. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC is the hashtag.
Yeah, and Precious is on standby for us.
Hello, and thanks for joining us on the news update. 4 Nigerians have reportedly sustained injuries in fresh xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Now, the attacks reportedly took place at Witbank area of Mpumalanga province on Tuesday. No death has been recorded so far, but there has been loss of property and people have been injured. At the last count, there were 4 of them injured, and they are Nigerians. A Nigerian who expressed concern over the incident disclosed that a Nigerian whose shop was burnt sought refuge at a police station. At least 490 Nigerians fled South Africa in September as a result of xenophobic attacks. Another day, another house of terror uncovered in Zaria, Kaduna State. 11 people were rescued from the house where they had been chained for months and some for years. Security operatives raided the center known as Malam Aliyu Mai Adakan Salatu Fati and were told about another similar center, but the owners fled before they could get there. The deputy governor of Kaduna State later visited the inmates. This is coming less than 1 month after 147 tortured inmates were set free at his center, and at least 300 others were uncovered in another raid on yet another center, all in Kaduna State. And 37 traffic offenders in Lagos State have been sentenced to 100 days community service and fines ranging from 15,000 to 20,000 naira. The Lagos Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice led the arraignment and prosecution at the Special Offences Court in Oshodi. The offenders were charged for driving against traffic, illegal driving on the BRT corridor, and illegally plying the highway with motorcycles. The accused, who were given legal representation by the Office of the Public Offender, pleaded guilty to the offences and asked for a lenient sentence. In addition to the compulsory community service and fines, the magistrate also ordered that impounded vehicles and motorcycles be forfeited to the state government. And Nigeria Customs has revealed that smugglers are still deploying means of bringing goods illegally despite the land border closure. Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the service showcased vehicles and other contraband it intercepted within the zone. Having impounded many vehicles for duty payment infractions include bulletproof vehicles that have no end user certificate. The controller of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A explains Customs has now created a platform for defaulting car shop owners and individuals to validate their vehicle duty payment. He revealed how more than 5,000 kegs of 25-liter groundnut oil were intercepted in Lagos. Reiterating Customs' determination in fighting smuggling, importers of bulletproof vehicles have been warned to always secure end user certificates to avoid forfeiture. And Nigeria's House of Representatives Committee on Sustainable Development Goals has advised developing countries to make peace the goal sustain the #1 goal. At a budget defense meeting with the SDG's office, the lawmakers decried worsening security in Africa and tasked the nations to set their priorities right. And that's the news update for this hour. Stay tuned.
Today's meal is high-end. I was thinking it's going to be Titi in the kitchen, but since I'm the one, we'll just sell like this kind of bowl, just 5,000 naira.
Wow.
Exactly. Half of it too.
Actually, yes.
So we have Chef Yeide in the kitchen with us today. And she's going to be preparing something really awesome and special. So what is for breakfast today?
I'm going to be making Kuti's Bistro 4-way spaghetti.
4-way spaghetti.
Yes.
Now, when you talk about 4-way, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about a mixture of gizzard.
Okay.
Filleted fried fish.
Oh, wow.
Grilled prawn.
Okay.
Snails.
Oh, nice.
And then we have some chicken wings.
Oh,
as well.
boy.
Actually, it's more than 4 ways.
Okay, so did I say 5,000 before?
Yes.
20,000 per
Yes,
apple.
now.
Thank you, Jari. I know you support me. All right, so let's show off the ingredients and then we'll start cooking. So let's start from this. So we go through the spices, then this way.
Paprika, salt, some whiskey, spring onions, seasoning cube, garlic, candle spice, and then, yes, that's about it, some butter.
Okay, butter. Okay, so let's talk about this one.
We have the gizzard here, prawn, snail, filleted fish, chicken wings, and some plantain. And I have 3-in-1 pepper.
So when you say 3-in-1, what do you mean?
I mean tomatoes, albino pepper, and jalapeno pepper.
Okay, so yeah, we haven't talked about this, the bell peppers, of course.
Yes, and then we have the bell peppers
onions and plantain. All right, so we're ready to start cooking. What's the first thing we're doing?
I have the spaghetti on.
Okay,
now.
so this is the
parboil
pasta.
It for a bit.
Okay.
Yes, and then after that, I can start making the sauce here.
Okay, let's start with that. So, do you need to put oil?
Yes.
Okay, so fancy having a meal, you would pay at least 4,000 naira for a plate for free of charge this month. Am I not a lucky girl?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so that's where you're going to make in the sauce. Now, are you going to put the pasta in the sauce when you finish cooking?
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right, so first things first, run me through the process. You're putting oil.
Yes.
Okay, after oil.
Some onions.
Onions, okay. So we have to cut up the onions now.
Yes, I'm going to cut it.
Okay. After the onions go in, what happens?
I'm going to put the pepper in and make it boil.
Oh, so the pepper has to boil for a while.
Yes, cook
for how long?
For about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Let me
because
have
I already
that. So I'll just
parboiled
put it by
already.
the side here.
I'm just going to wash them.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so Chef Yeide this morning is making, it's a mouthful actually, Kuti's Bistro's 4-way spaghetti. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
I got it. Okay, so 4-way because of the gizzard, the snail, the prawns, and the fillet. Is that's the fish fillet, by the way, fried?
Yeah.
The chicken, is
It's
it part
grilled.
of the... Is this not 5-way now?
That's what I was saying to you, that apparently it's 5-way.
It's 5-way. So it's the 5-way chicken, the 5-way pasta. You even make me forget what I want to say. Because we've gone from 4-way to 5-way.
I would have done this at home, but the last time Titi said I do everything at home. I have to come and do something here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so you're going to cut that up into thin slices, right?
And chop them.
And chopping as well. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I think this pan is really hot.
I'm ready for some oil.
Okay, so you know what we're going to do?
Tell me.
We're going to do all the preps for you down. So when you come back to us later, we have that ready. However, we have...
Very interesting and sometimes a bit odd, some of those videos that we were watching there. Anyway, it's Wednesday, and this is the time for the home makeover series that we usually have. And Shalewa Obude is the founder of Veronica Estetica, an interior design outfit that was started in 2017. Now, the scope of the firm covers interior designs for homes, offices, commercial spaces, and hotels. Now, on the segment this morning, she's going to be giving us tips on bedroom decor ideas, which is really, really important for many of us. You know, there are people who their bedroom is their safe space. That's where, you know, they relax and they don't want any interruptions, if you know what I mean. So talk to us about why this is so important, why the bedroom is the place that requires definite kind of decorations and things like that.
Okay, like you said, the bedroom is your sanctuary for a lot of people. When you sleep, you go to work, you come back, you sleep for 5-6 hours. You want to wake up refreshed to take on the task for the new day. So it's important that the ambience in your room is such that it gives you the much needed rest that you need.
Yeah, so I think one of the challenges that you have, especially in a place like Lagos, if you live and work here, is pretty tough. Where maybe your bedroom is a bit small, so you have all these clothes and shoes and the closet, and so it can be a bit tough, you know, to organize yourself, especially in that bedroom situation, and still have a nice place to rest. So what are the things that you would suggest for large spaces and also for small spaces?
Okay, for small spaces, I'll say that you need to maximize most of the space you have. For instance, you have to have your bed pushed against the wall. I've seen some bedrooms where you walk in and the bed is in the middle of the room. If your room is small, that won't work. If your room is big, you can play with space. But if it's a small space, you need to maximize as much space as you can. So for instance, have your bed pushed against the wall. If you have space underneath your bed, you can use for storage. You can have drawers underneath your bed instead of having a bed that goes all the way to the floor, and then you have space that is useless.
Okay, so drawers are a good thing to have under the bed.
Exactly. Okay. I'd also say walls are important. The colors you paint your wall can add to the ambience of your room, or can influence the ambience of your room. I'd say stick to lighter colors, light, bright colors. Studies have shown that your mood can be greatly influenced by the colors around you. So lighter colors are better for the bedroom. I'd also say, whether your room is large or not, or regardless of space, you want to have a nice headboard. You walk into a hotel and you wonder how come they spend a lot on the way the bed looks. You see it doesn't have to be elaborate, but a nice headboard and some lighting, maybe a bedside lamp or two on either side of the bed. Also, beddings.
Beddings are important.
Very important. Coordinated bedding. So not just your bed sheets and one wrapper, thrown on the bed.
Sometimes, you just want to buy one very quickly. So you just buy something flowery and just throw it on. So you're saying you should be deliberate about the kind of beddings you have.
Exactly. And then for small spaces, less is more, obviously. So if space is a constraint, you want to minimize what you put in. You don't need pillows on apart from, of course, your pillows, but you don't need, some people throw pillows on the bed. If your space is small, you don't want to have so much on the bed.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that. Why do people have, like, you see some bedrooms and there are throw pillows, there are like 4 or 6 pillows, and how do you even sleep in that kind of bed?
Well, the idea is not to sleep with you. So when you want to sleep, you throw the pillows off the bed. But
that's pointless.
But it adds to the look of and the look and the feel of the room.
Right. Okay, so these things are important, I guess. Okay, so what are the choices I should then make? If what I want, apart from functionality, is to ensure that it's a place where I can rest and relax and just probably decongest, decompress from the day's work. What are the things I should be looking at if that's my focus?
If that's your focus, you want to add your personality to your room. If you like art, I'm a big art lover. If you like art, for instance, you can have behind your headboard, you can have on the wall a nice piece from one of your favorite artists. If you like music, you can have a large framed poster of one of your favorite musicians, for instance. So just add little touches. When I walk into the room, I can feel you in the room, even in your absence. So things that make your room, because as opposed to the office is a general space. You have no influence on how your office looks, but your home is your sanctuary. So you want to add pieces of your personality reflecting in your bedroom. So it makes you feel more at home, and it creates a warm atmosphere in the room.
Yeah. So carpet or no carpet?
I'd say have an area rug. So have a rug underneath the bed.
Right. Okay. So not wall to wall.
Not wall to wall. Wall to wall carpeting, I think, is a bit dated. But it's a personal thing. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah, because I've seen some rooms where there's just a small, not even a carpet, just like a rug by the bed, so something like that.
So what that does, if you have a small space, what that does is it creates the illusion that the room is bigger than it is. So the carpet, the bed is around the carpet, or the carpet is by the bed. So it creates the illusion that there's more space beyond the carpet if you have a small room.
One of the big challenges that people have, again, is the closets or the wardrobe, depending on what people call it. So sometimes it can be too small, and then you find yourself having to move clothes from there to another location where clothes shouldn't be. So maybe if you have a chair in the room, you then find clothes on the chair, or you're hanging stuff by the bathroom. So it can then make the room look cluttered. What do I do about the closet?
I'll say you need to be smart with space. I mentioned earlier having space under the beds.
Yeah.
You can also invest in having a it's not very common in this part of the world, but you can have a high bed. So like you have a bunk bed, but beneath the bed, there's nothing. So you can have storage space. So you have a high bed and a ladder that you climb up on the bed. And then beneath the bed, you can invest in a wardrobe. So you understand? So you can add that to your existing wardrobe in the room. You get what I mean? So that's a smart way of creating space if you don't have enough space for your clothing.
Space, so to put clothes and other things. What do I do with shoes? Do I move them out of the room? Some people I've seen where people leave their shoes outside, like maybe in another area of the house instead of the room.
If you have space, I'd say invest in a closet. So you can turn a second bedroom into a closet altogether.
Oh, wow.
But if you don't have, a lot of people, that's like the ideal situation. But a lot of people, let's be honest, a lot of people don't have that luxury. That kind of space, so, you know, use the available space you have for the shoes. And if you have too many, if you find that you don't have enough space to put in, maybe it's, you know, you can give to charity, something, you know. So.
Thank you so much, Shalewa, for joining us this morning to talk about this. And hopefully somebody's going to be getting a walk-in closet very soon. We have to take a break now. We'll be back for more on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues with the nutrition segment this morning. Now, at one point or another, most people feel the need to probably shed some weight. You know, even when they're really skinny, they're just like, I think I need to lose some weight, especially women. Okay, I'm talking about myself now, but let's not talk about me too much. They pick up and discard many dieting options without paying attention to safety and, of course, their health. Tolani Fashion is here to talk about the proper way to diet. Now, she's a registered dietitian and member of the Association of Nigerian Dietitians. She specializes in calculating calories for special health cases like diabetes and other weight-related health disorders. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Mom.
Always looking bright and beautiful. And just so you know, happy birthday, Tolani. Today's her birthday, and she still came on the show. That's some serious dedication. I would be lounging in my bed. Anyhow, welcome back. We're talking about the proper way to diet. First of all, I think we need to break down what a diet actually is.
Okay, if we talk about diet, although people have come to believe diet has to, when you mention I'm dieting, it means you want to slim down.
Okay.
But that is not diet. Is like another way to say food.
Okay.
Food being taken in. Food being taken in for a reason. Okay. So I could be on an hypertensive diet.
Okay.
I could be on a weight increasing diet, a high calorie diet. I could be on a keto diet.
Okay.
So diet is, let's say, food addressing a specific health condition. So when we say diet therapy, okay, this particular diet is therapeutic. It is treating this issue.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, there are proper ways to diet and improper ways to diet. So for someone, let's say, who has maybe been informed by their doctor that they are a little overweight, what is the proper way to begin a diet?
To begin a diet. Okay, I would want us to, you know, this has been a series. We've talked about different types of what dieting is, the errors people commit, and then what causes overweight and obesity. So I think it's best for us to start from, I'm just suggesting now that we say what are the improper ways that people imbibe in the society. You know, if people follow this pattern and it doesn't pay off, in the end they get tired and then they give it up and then the weight comes all back again. So let's pick it from the, I would pick the first one. That is I have to go back to this issue of body shaming. Is it body shaming?
Body shaming, yes.
Yes. And then having the inappropriate passion, inappropriate reason to want to lose weight.
Okay.
When, I know apart from health, you want to have a good body. You want to look at the mirror and feel good with yourself. But then when your passion, the reason why you want to lose weight is because you just want to have that perfect figure. And you believe when you have that perfect figure, everything will be fine for you. You find yourself releasing negative hormones.
Okay.
That would stressor hormones, let me call that, stressor hormones that would make you become more obsessed with what you're doing, and then you will not achieve your aim. And this is why when such people fail...
What you're saying is it's improper to use wanting a particular figure or shape as the reason for a diet?
being obsessed with it.
Being obsessed with it, okay.
Going extra miles, looking at maybe some models, you put their pictures everywhere, that is what you want. Okay. Eating your own body. Some people get to that place where they eat their body, they feel inappropriate. They believe when they have this perfect shape, this perfect figure, life will be nice.
Okay, so there are a lot of people that are doing some very extreme things to achieve that figure 8.
Yes.
Some people are going for surgery, some are doing liposuction. It's being advertised everywhere. So you are saying that this is an improper way.
Very, very improper. Very, very improper. There are times we advise liposuction. But liposuction, those will be patients that maybe really had congenital issues. Okay. I mean, they've been morbidly obese from adolescence. You know, diet and lifestyle cannot handle this.
Okay.
And they
so in other words, going on a diet is not enough.
Yes,
exercise is not enough.
For that. But you would know these are medical practitioners coming together as a team to say, this is the option we have for you. We have to do this. But not for, I mean, someone that you're telling, you're okay. She says, no, this is still not okay. And then they go ahead and they say, let's not spend too much time
We have
on
talked about that before because there are some diets that are targeted at the waist. There are some diets that are targeted at giving you hips. There are some diets that are targeted at giving you a larger bust. What do you say about those kind of diets?
Really, it's more of high protein. I don't give them high protein. At times they have to take one protein shake and do all of that. Like I would always say, it's inappropriate.
Okay.
It's inappropriate. Just like people who go to do, what do they call this, neon transplant and blah, 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 to have more than, in the long run. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of them live to like it.
Okay, so what are the disadvantages of going for those very extreme makeovers instead of...
Like I said, that when you put yourself into a place where you are obsessed, you would release negative, can I say negative emotions? But let me say stressor hormones. And then they would defeat you in years, maybe 2 years or so. You'll be so disgusted with that you'll be scared of even going near anything with. They are the same people that will now fall back into extreme obesity and they won't want to hear anything about trying to lose weight. There are proper ways. So that's just one of it. Other methods that people do are this food faddism method. You have a lot of that online. You have keto diet. You have, we talked about that during the food fads. Talking about, okay, if you must do this, this is how you do it. 2 months on keto, migrate to Atkins, that's high protein. Keto is high fat, low carb. And 2 months on that, migrate to Atkins, that's high protein, like 60% protein, 40% carbs, and then migrate to the high fiber, which is more healthier. High fiber.
So I guess a lot of people go through these, so they see these celebrities online, they see Beyonce, they see Rihanna, they see people doing some they're looking really, really amazing they're amazing to look at, to photograph. But I've heard about so many things they put in place to make sure that they are monitored, their health is monitored. For instance, they have nutritionists with them 24/7.
Yes.
So for someone who wants to, be very serious about it, like for instance, do you have any clients like that?
I have quite a number.
Okay.
I have quite a number. Some of them, they're on 6 months weight loss program. Okay. Some, they're on 3 months weight gain program. Okay. Some are diabetic, some are hypertensive. Okay. The thing is, I have a particular client that wanted me to do a keto for him. And when I look through his chemical results, cholesterol is high. I said, you can't do this. I can't have this. I won't lose my license on you. This is not good enough for you. What about someone that, they need the professional, the dietitian, to come into play to help them so that they don't
have to stop you there. I have to stop you there. We actually are pushing it on time. But once again, the birthday girl, Tolani Fashion, has given us a few tips here and there. There are improper ways to achieve that figure. And, people like this are there for a reason, to guide you the right way. Please hit us up on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and give us some of your comments and contributions on this. Now, we have to take a look at what's happening in the kitchen.
All right, you are welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Yeide is still super busy. She's done quite a lot of stuff. I had to stop her there. Our people want to see what you're up to now. Okay, so this is the sauce. And those, my goodness, this stir fry looks good though. Hell. Okay, run us through the process. What have you done so far? And what are we doing next?
So right here we have the oil, onions, bell pepper, gizzard, and some alcohol.
Okay, so
here we have the fresh pepper, snail, oil, garlic, cooked, ready for the pasta to go in.
Okay, so what next?
Now I'm going to put the chicken wings in here.
Okay.
And let it boil a bit before I then add in the pasta. Okay. The pasta is right here.
Okay. So at what point does the fish come in?
It's going to be the last thing so it doesn't
Because it's already fried,
yes.
so it stays crispy. Okay. So this is just going to cook for
about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll add the pasta.
And then you add the pasta,
yes.
and just stir it and allow it to cook. Okay, so is there anything we're going to do with this? Or
this is going to be the last part of it.
Oh, we're still going to add this.
After the pasta is ready, we're going to pour this on it.
Oh, yummy. Okay, so run us through this so far, what we've done so far all together. We've put the snail, we put chicken, we put pepper, that one. So afterwards, what's going to happen? We're
going to put the pasta. After it cooks, we're going to put that last.
How long are we going to let the pasta cook for? Because I know it's parboiled pasta.
Yes, so it's going to cook for about 7 to 8 minutes.
7 to 8 minutes. Are we adding water? Or
yeah, we're going to add a little bit of water. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was self-steaming and all.
Just
okay.
a little
Then
bit
afterwards, when it's cooked, we
add this into it. Okay. And then I can just pan fry the prawn and use it for garnish.
So if I don't want to pan fry the prawn, there's a story behind this pan frying. If I don't want to pan fry the prawn, I can put it inside the sauce, or do I do it with the stir fry?
You still have to pan fry it separately before you put it in.
Okay, so when we pan fry it, we're going to add it to all of this, right?
I'm going to use it as a garnish.
She's doing that because of Yomi.
Oh anyway. My God.
That's a wrap on the second hour. We have 1 more hour to go, well, about 45 minutes. I can't believe that we've come this far. But of course, I'm sure you stay with us till the very end. Stay with us as Wake Up Nigeria.
And distinguish them
from a stingy one.
From a stingy one. Is your spouse stingy? Find out if he or she is today.
And of course, we have more music coming your way. We have singer and all-round entertainer, Lamblike, on the show.
And also joining us on the show today is Afro-pop artist CK.
People they ask me when it's the wedding day. Yeah. If you're looking for me, you can find me where the money day. Yes. Yeah. Steady on my grind.
All right, guys.
I actually really like that tune. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so let me tell you what's up. Today is iPod day. Who still uses an iPod?
Oh yeah.
Do you know where yours is?
No. So one of my cars.
One of your cars.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So has an iPod thing.
Jack.
So there's one that we bought since, and it's been about 10 years now. So it's just permanently there.
And it's still working
and
well.
with like 1,000 songs.
Wow.
It works.
Wow.
It's like we don't touch it. You know, once you start the car, the iPod just
comes up.
Yeah.
Today is also Event Organizers Day.
Oh, okay.
Today is Mole Day. I don't think I've ever seen a mole in this part of the world.
Mole? You mean the mole on your face?
No, the mole, the animal.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's not the animal. It can't be the animal.
It
Why
is.
would there be a day for moles?
Yeah, because there's people create days for everything.
Wow.
Okay, so today is also TV talk show host day. We don't have a talk show.
Oh, so what exactly
this is a magazine show.
We're talking, right?
Yeah,
this is a talk show.
It's part of the magazine.
Your View is also a talk show.
Your View is more of a talk show. So today is a Your View Day.
All right.
Today is Boston Cream Pie Day, as well as SUDEP Action Day. SUDEP Action has to do with epilepsy.
Okay.
SUDEP actually means sudden unexpected death in epilepsy.
Oh.
And that happens a lot. People get affected by it and somehow they pass on.
Yeah, maybe they
just
can't,
1% of them, but
maybe they can't breathe or something.
So
anyway.
earlier on, we didn't get to welcome Precious, who's reading out.
I'm short and awesome, but I'm outside on fire. I no go ever tire. 247 Lori Titiara. Hey, we rock it the club, we rap it the streets. H-Rossi, Sawalani City. Me have me say, Malo downgrade me, Malo underrate me, yeah.
Nice, nice. Well done. Lamblike. Okay, so we have our own kind of lamb here, but it has to do with the food. Chef Yede is still in the kitchen today, and she is making us something really fantastic. 4-way pasta. With dodo.
Yes.
Yes. No, it's 5-way now.
Yes,
we concluded that it's 5-way because it has gizzard, it has prawns,
chicken
it has chicken wings, it has fish.
Can we pour
Which
it
one
now?
is the 5th one? Yes, go ahead. What's the 5th one again?
Snail.
Snail. So 5-way pasta. The ingredients are currently on your screen at the moment, okay? So if you missed it, Kuti Bistro 5-way pasta. It was originally 4 ways, but then we discovered we have chicken as well. So it's now 5-way, okay? So that's what we're having for breakfast. Now, this is how you finish it up.
Yes.
So this is like the last stage. You've stir-fried your sauce. You tell us more about this.
Okay, so I've stir-fried the sauce with the alcohol and gizzard separately. I made the pasta sauce here. I added the pasta to cook for a bit. And then this is the last stage.
Okay.
The veggies and the gizzard.
Oh, wow. So you just keep stirring it till the vegetables are even?
Yes.
Okay.
The
ready. Prawns, though, what are you doing with them on the other side?
I'm stir-frying them.
Yes, because of Yomi. I'll keep saying
You keep saying because of Yomi?
Yes, because Yomi said, I don't like prawns. So you decided not to include it in the dish.
What if it was the last one from the 5-way?
Even if it was the second to the last, that's the reason. That's the original reason. So I'm informing the world
that
you can add it to your pasta. Don't garnish it on the side if you don't want to.
Mary's just jealous.
Okay, so we're still going to add the fish, right?
Yes, we're going to add it.
Okay.
Here.
So, this is when we do.
Okay. I don't want it to. So it's just the steam I need for the fish.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is life. Good food, I tell you.
Yes.
So this one is for every forkful, you get something to chew.
Exactly.
Aha. Nice. Nice. This is really nice. Okay, and of course, we have dodo to serve alongside the prawns, which are on the other side. So this is cooked, right? Do we have to let it steam for a while?
Just a bit, and that's it. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. But if I decide to add my prawns, this is when I do, right?
Yes.
But if I decide to just put it by the side, doesn't
you
really
add
matter.
it when you add the veggies.
Oh, you add it with the veggies?
Yes, you can even add it in the veggies and do it in the veggies for you.
Oh, so you can stir fry it with the veggies once and for all. Okay. Okay. So, we wait for the prawns to cook then. These don't usually take time.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait for the meal to be served.
Me too.
Yeah. I wonder who is hungrier between you and I this morning.
I just said it just for the fact that I want to see how it looks.
It's a lie, so you can eat. You already said you wanted to eat. We are all waiting for the food here.
Okay.
Okay, so
we can start plating.
Yeah, that's it. We are going to start plating it so you can see how it is we put this together. So what do you intend to do plating-wise?
I'm going to make it, you know when you make, what's it called? When you have a bowl of pasta.
Okay.
I want to make it enough to eat, not just a bit, like.
Okay.
So it's going to be in the middle of the plate.
Okay.
Garnish with the prawn.
So the prawn is going to go on top? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Yeah. Let's see this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll clean it up.
There you go. There you go. Oh, so it's not just one forkful? This one is full breakfast till even dinner safe. You know, pasta can be very filling.
So this one, when you eat, you won't even bother to stress yourself about eating later.
Again. Okay, okay. By the time I finish this, I won't be able to eat again today. Are we going to flip that?
Yes. I'm going to flip it in a bit.
Okay. So when we've done this now with the pasta, we'll now garnish it with everything.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
why
it looks
am I
like
in this?
we shouldn't have been doing this on air because people are looking at you too much and it's making them distract you. But of course, you're a
Don't worry,
professional.
it's
I'm not
fine.
worried about that. So this is the snail, this is gizzard, this is chicken. And then we put the prawns on top as the king.
As the king or the queen.
Bad. So the prawns are ready.
Almost.
Almost.
Well, I still.
All we have to do was just flip them. Okay. So you're putting more snail. I thought we were going to do it as round.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm going to go around.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just trying to take a time so that I don't mess it up again.
Okay. Oh boy, the greens and the reds and the yellows. I wonder what those who get to taste this meal today will make of it.
What about people that doesn't get to taste it? What's going to happen to them?
You could try it at home. That's the good part of learning new dishes at the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. You get to try it at home, see? So everybody wins at the end of the day.
Because we all get to try it at home.
Yeah. So it's gone round. You know, when you're sharing this plate with friends, this is the best part to put to yourself.
Where they have everything in.
So if I'm sharing this with anybody, they can have the other part of it. So that's fine for me. This looks good. You should see what it looks like on camera. I see a lot of people already looking at me like, Mary, if you touch that food, don't worry, I won't. I won't.
Mary, this place is for you.
This
Especially for you, yes.
So you heard Chef Yeide, and it's about time for us to go on a break so I can have my breakfast. Woo! I can't wait. Woohoo! Okay.
Welcome back. Now, a lot of people have different attitudes towards money and spending. Ask my siblings. Now, and when two people come together in an intimate relationship, in a marriage especially, finance can become a big issue. It's actually one of the leading causes of divorce, believe it or not. And Oyindamola Shoderu is a marriage counselor and a graduate of communication from the University of Lagos. She's joining us to talk to us and give us tips about how to determine if your spouse is being prudent with money or just plain stingy. Anyway, we don't have much time, so let's just go dive right into it. Is there a difference between being prudent and stingy?
Well, there's a big difference between being prudent and being stingy, but I think where we should start from is understanding financial infidelity. Because some people that have been called stingy are people who have been stung in the past. You know, they've probably been betrayed and then they made up their mind, well, I'm not going to relate with this person financially, or, you know, so you need to understand where they're coming from.
Right.
Some people are in debt. So, I mean, and they don't want to disclose it to the person they're in a relationship with, so they can't spend as much, and then you call them stingy.
Yeah.
And then some people are prudent, and they're what we call Ijebu people who went to university to do research.
Right.
So, you know, everything is like this. You have to account for every last kobo. But honestly, I think to crack this issue open, you need to understand where the person is coming from.
Yeah, one of the things that that I find is sometimes, especially let's say in a marriage, a woman keeps complaining that my husband earns so much money. I've seen his bank account, or I've seen his credit alert, and I know that he has this much in his bank account. But when it then comes to taking care of the home and taking care of me as an individual, he doesn't. It's difficult for him to part with money. So he has 5 million, but for him to part with 50,000 is a big deal. How do you address something like that in a marriage? If they came to you,
if they came to me, I would tell them to let me find out where he's coming from, which is what I just said. If he was in a relationship, say before, with a woman, not this current one, who's always asking for money once she sees the alerts, he's on high guard. Do you understand? So he automatically transfers it to this new person. So they need to communicate, and she needs to let him know that, look, meet our needs, but I'm not going to jump on you. Give him breathing space, because some women really are guilty of that. Once they hear the alert or see the bank statement, they reel in the needs. Don't be like that.
And don't be too demanding.
Don't be too demanding.
One thing that, so when do we then determine that this man or this woman is stingy. Confirmed that, look, because there are many people who are watching now and they're saying, look, my husband is stingy. Or somebody's watching and they're saying, look, my wife is stingy. She never supports, so I'm always giving, but she doesn't give back.
Well,
so when do you determine that this person is actually a stingy person?
Well, you determine that when, like you said, all the facts show that this person is in the position to help, this person has the capacity and has the means, but is just not doing it. But then, like I said, let's use the husband-wife example. If, for example, a man has been giving the children school fees in the past, they both put money together, and then he said, well, I diverted it to something else. Do you understand? If the woman doesn't help next time, it will be because of what he did, not because she's stingy. So you see, there are a lot of factors before you determine who is stingy or who is not stingy. But the honest truth is there are stingy people. Yeah. And you know, would always have to relate with them. Yeah. So I guess if you understand where the person is coming from, you're able to define whether they're stingy or not.
Yeah. So let's talk about the frustrations that come with financial prudence.
Yes.
So we're cutting back because, you know, we're thinking maybe the country has just come out of a recession. So now let's do a lot of financial planning. So we can't pay for the things that we used to pay for before. Maybe you're canceling club memberships and different things like that because you're trying to be prudent. Yes. But that's causing a frustration from with your partner because they're thinking we can't maintain that lifestyle we used to have. How do you advise in this kind of situation that you handle it?
Yomi, I would first of all like them to know if it's financial prudence or if they're lying. Because it's possible for one person to say, okay, no more club membership, but is this person buying suits? Do you understand? So you see,
oh boy, yeah, I see where you're
you have to talk about these things and make sure you understand what both of them are about. But really, there are seasons when you do need to cut back. You see, we can't underplay communication. Right. You can tell people, look, let's give this thing 6 months. Let's see if we can revert to the lifestyle we're used to. Do you understand? But the honest truth is the issue we need to address today, Yomi, is lying. Financial infidelity. A lot of people have accounts their spouse doesn't know anything about, and yet you're trimming the family expenses. A lot of men want to be the boys out there, you know, and so you're spending money buying alcohol for everybody, and then you're telling your wife, okay, let's only have 1 meal a day. So are we lying? A lot of women have homes their husband knows nothing about. I mean, they erect whole structures, and then they come home and say, look, if you don't pay the children's school fees, there's nothing we can do about it. Do you understand?
I heard a story about a man paying a rent to his wife in a house that they lived in, and he didn't know that she was the owner of the house. Yes. So things like that is what you're talking about.
Exactly, and that's what leads to the divorce part. The infidelity, the fact that we can't take an audit and be sure that you're telling the truth. So if the whole family is suffering, let's make sure everybody is suffering or everybody is adjusting. Not that there's a secret account, or sometimes it's even debts. Or some men lose their jobs, they don't tell the wives, and you know, and the wife is like, it's not adding up, I know how much he earns, but she doesn't know that he's servicing, you know, a loan. Exactly. So it's really about the lying, the dishonesty, the not being open. Do you understand?
So at the end of it, it really comes down to communication. And also being open and honest when it comes to finances.
And earning trust back. Because most of these things, a lot of people come into the marriage very open, particularly women. But when they find out that he's being like this and like this, they quickly readjust.
Or they make a sudden discovery, so he has this much money.
Exactly.
And we've been suffering.
And sometimes when one partner has had an affair, the other person is like, okay, I need to keep something aside in case things don't go the way we thought it would. You know, so
it's always amazing sitting with you. There's never enough time for us to. I'm not sure we've done enough justice on this topic. Maybe we'll come back to it on a later date. But thank you so much for joining us. And now we're going to the kitchen where things are honest and open. There are 5 things that we put in the food, and so you're going to be joining us there, and hopefully you'll love what we have for you.
Okay.
We can't wait for you to come so we can have breakfast.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
No, she's not. She's definitely not.
Very generous.
So Chef Yeide has made this Kuti's Bistros on the screen 4 ways, but we know it's 5 way spaghetti.
Exciting.
Okay, so this is it. She'll tell you about how she arrived at this while you both get to try.
Oh my God.
So
very nice.
For the gentleman,
of course,
and for the lady.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Please help me.
Please.
Thank you.
Bon appetit.
Okay, so Yeide, how did you do this? So I think we've overflogged it. We need to run. She'll be as brief as possible.
Yeah, we need to move very quickly.
Okay, so we have the pasta made with some tomatoes and pepper blended, and then I have the stir-fried vegetables with the gizzard and some alcohol mixed with it. Joined it together with some plantain and then plated it with some stir-fried king prawn.
All right.
Stir-fried king prawns.
That combination is epic. How does it taste?
Yummy.
You just have to put my name
Is that
in
yummy?
there. You just have to throw it in.
And with that,
Yeah.
we have to say a big thank you to our friends at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll be here bright and early tomorrow. Am I right?
Thank
6
you.
a.m. Your view is next, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.